When was the last time you watched the sunrise? The warm colours. Nature's sounds. I'm not a morning person and never have been. Good morning. But like a chameleon, I'm changing and adapting to this new life on the water. On this episode, we're going to show you what an average day looks like on our floating home Tucana.
Where is the line between dreaming and feeling blue? You don't have to remind me. I'm doing nothing at all.
And if you've been following our sailing adventure up the east coast of Australia, we're now currently anchored off Great Keppel Island, which is part of the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. So we're going to show you around the island as well before we continue our sail up north.
Today because we've got another burst of wet and stormy weather expected for the state. Now in the outlook there is a bit more wet weather on the way for parts of the...
Our mornings always feature coffee. John loves coffee. And a weather update.
We're still looking at the potential for 50 to 100 millimetres.
And a breakfast feast. Is it filming normally? Maybe it's important to show the thing on my head. That would actually be pretty funny.
I think your camera needs to be pointing down a bit more.
Do you reckon?
Extreme breakfast making.
Well, I feel like this is definitely part of our breakfast routine. I'm always filming with this thing on my head. Anyway, so I'm making breakfast bowls. We have these pretty much every single day. John has muesli on his. I don't. That's really the only difference.
Sure, they'd love to know that.
John, can you tell me who's more of a morning person out of the two of us? On Instagram, you guys thought I was.
I think I am.
Definitely.
Well, there's a difference though, because it depends.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking it. I just put muesli on mine.
But I have muesli.
Oh well. It's alright. We'll work this out. Sorry, go on, as you were saying.
As I was saying, I think I wake up earlier in the mornings.
Yes.
However, I'm not sure I enjoy mornings as much as you.
Really?
I don't know.
What makes you say that? Because I'm always chirpy.
Yeah, or maybe it's just because you're well rested. I'm a bit of a light sleeper, aren't I?
Yeah,
as soon as the light's up, I'm up.
Definitely. You sleep with one eye open. You feel like every single roll. Should I take this off now? Do I look silly?
No, not at all.
Okay, I'll leave it on. Yeah, you sleep with one eye open. Every single little creak, every crack. I don't know why that is. John, do you want to explain why you can't sleep properly?
It's, well...
Is it a male
I'm
thing?
just a bit of a light sleeper, really.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah,
but being on a
been.
boat, you're just aware of everything, aren't you? Am I going to drag? Is someone going to drop an anchor right next to me? You know, is the tide going to change? Is the anchor going to, you know, reset when the tide changes?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Is it raining? Are the hatches open? Are the hatches closed? All that sort of stuff.
And I guess I probably sleep well because I know that John's worrying about all that stuff.
Taking one for the team.
Taking one for the team
Which is what you're doing right now, making me breakfast. Thank you.
This is true. And that's what it's all about on board, being a team, because when we're not in flow, our equilibrium is out of whack. So communication is key in these close quarters. Saying sorry, thank you, and the occasional I love you also helps. Exercise and exploring new places is also important for a healthy headspace. So today we're stretching our legs. Wow, it's absolutely stunning. Well, welcome to Great Keppel Island. We are going to go exploring today and we're going to go for a bit of a walk and a relax. You have got an amazing ankle tan line. Our daily routine does change from day to day. Sometimes we're more active and other times we feel flat. And then there are days where we spend the whole day sailing to a new destination. And when we do make it to a new island, fun outdoor activities depend on the weather. If it's raining, we usually tend to stay indoors, but today we are blessed with sunshine. I kind of wasn't expecting it to be like this, to be honest. I thought it would have been, pathways and just a little bit more man-made. But this is great. As long as I don't roll an ankle. On Great Keppel, paths lead up to a web of hiking tracks that are spread across the island. Wow! We have literally just arrived to paradise. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Very nice. It's kind of weird with the houses in here.
Yeah.
But pretty cool, relaxed sort of place. I don't know what the deal is. But
If you can rent them or if they're owned by residents here, we'll have to look into that. Most of the islands we travel to don't have grocery stores. They're pretty remote. So we have to make sure we stock and pack enough food and water to last us a few weeks. We didn't pack anything for lunch today, so we're going to walk back to Long Beach and tender back to Tucana, and we'll make tuna salad wraps on board.
There is a life I lead in the city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by. It doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart,
Do you mind being in your undies there?
somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole?
So some of you might not be aware, but these videos take me about 3 days or so to edit. Today I'm doing a little edit session from around 2 till 4 in the afternoon, but every day is different. So as you can see, I use just my laptop, I have a microphone, and I use a program called Final Cut Pro. So if you want, I'll show you what the timeline quickly looks like. This is the timeline, and there are hundreds of edits. You've got the audio down here, visuals up there, and graphics up the top. And also just wanted to say a huge thank you to our Patreons. We started a Patreon account a week ago and we are so grateful for those people who are supporting us. What's next? Subscribe. After this, I'm going to go and have a shower and cook up some dinner. This is gonna be freezing. Oh, it's so cold. Fresh hair. Don't care. I've literally just come out of the shower. I think he wants you to see what he's doing.
Just siphoning fuel out. I
Okay.
think this is the BA technique.
We briefly introduced you to BA in episode 6. This bloke, Brett Avery, a delivery skipper well known around Australia and beyond.
You use a short little hose and a bigger one without the jiggler on the end because you get better flow through this, and you just blow down into it and it pumps it down to the tank. It's very quick.
Yeah, right. Whoa. You just blew down into the small hose.
Yeah.
So we just got that from Bunnings.
Well, you could use anything really, and it flows pretty fast. Like that takes probably less than a minute. You can see the levels about here, and it's going pretty fast.
Wow. Okay, let's see how long that takes to do a whole 20 litres. That was about a minute. How long would it take if you use the jiggler?
Or maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. There it is there. It's got the ball valve on the end, so you don't get a lot of throughput there with the ball valve blocking the flow, but with this big hose it just goes straight through. Thanks, BA. Not a handy tip.
BA taught us this technique before we set sail into the Bass Strait. In the event we had headwinds and were using more diesel than anticipated, we could quickly siphon a large amount of fuel into our tanks while in the rolling seas. A lot of wind. Guess what else it is today?
Friday.
Not only Friday, but it's been 2 weeks since you got your stitches in. Guess what we're going to do now?
What I'm gonna do.
Hang on, can you just tell people that there's a warning ahead of this?
Warning. No one has to see this.
A couple episodes back, John sliced his knuckles while working on our steering system in the lazarette, and we had to make a dash to the doctors.
Shouldn't use shifters to tighten up nuts. Should use spanners. What you do is get clean Stanley knife. Don't have any sharp scissors.
They are so filthy.
Looks a bit sore, doesn't it?
Yeah, you'll be right. How are you feeling?
A bit hungry.
A bit hungry. That is the most incredible moonrise thing I have ever seen in my life. I bet that will not do it justice. It won't. I don't endorse illegal fireworks, but that was cool. It's like a full moon party. So, you know how at the start I said I wasn't a morning person? Well, tomorrow the alarm is going off at a ridiculous hour. I don't want to get up early tomorrow. Oh. Coming up next, we set sail. Making our way to the Percy's. Where we check in to a unique yacht club.